Welcome to Secondary Math 3, Secondary Math 2, the Quarter 3 overview. I'm just going to go through some of the things we can expect during this quarter. There's 4 units: angles and lines, triangles, triangle similarity transformations, which are GVC for this quarter, which is our guaranteed viable curriculum. That's one of the really important things that you're going to need to know during this semester and for future math classes. And then we're going to talk about trigonometric functions. The first unit is angles and lines. And we're going to talk about how a transversal, which is a line that cuts through two other lines is right here is called a transversal. How does that affect all these angles? See all these angles that are numbered here? We're going to learn which ones are congruent. We're going to talk about linear pairs, complementary and supplementary angles, parallel and perpendicular lines. And then we'll have a quiz, and then lines cut by transversal, and then how do we prove that our lines are parallel using transversal? So we'll have a quiz on transversals and parallel lines. Then we're going to talk about triangles and learn about properties of triangles. And you'll notice we've got triangle angle theorems, triangles and their side lengths. We'll then take a quiz. And then we've got isosceles triangles and centroid and orthocenter. Those are probably new terms but they're different places in a triangle based on lines through the angles or the sides of a triangle. So then we'll have a quiz on that. And if you can see here, we've got learning how interior, exterior angles of a triangle work and how that we can prove things about triangles. Then we're going to look at triangle similarity transformations. And you can apply properties of similarity to triangles. So we're going to do dilations, similar figures, and then we have different theorems about triangle similarity. AA, which is angle angle, side side side, and side angle side. We'll have a quiz on those. And then we're going to use those triangle similarity theorems, look at right triangle similarity and directed line segments and modeling, and have a quiz on that. Because this is a GVC unit, after each of those quizzes there will be reflection, and you can turn in your notes for extra points. So I highly encourage you to take notes through all the sections and all the units. It will be very beneficial for you, but in this particular unit you'll be able to turn those in for extra points after you take the quiz. Then we'll look at trigonometric functions. Special right triangles and trigonometric ratios. We'll have a quiz on that. And we're going to solve for side lengths of right triangles and angle measures of right triangles. Those right triangles, there's some special right triangles, like certain angles and degrees that we're going to be looking at, and some properties of right triangles that are pretty unique. One of the things you're going to learn about is the trig function sine, cosine, and tangent. And here's just kind of visual. The sine is, if we're looking at this angle, the sine of an angle is the opposite side over the hypotenuse. And in a right triangle, the hypotenuse is always the longest side or the side opposite the right angle. And so one way that you're going to hear me talk about is SOHCAHTOA. It's just a way to remember how you find sine, cosine, and tangent. So opposite over hypotenuse, that's so. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent is opposite over adjacent. So we'll get into more detail about that when we get to this unit, but that's kind of an introduction to what we're talking about with trig functions. This semester is also working with geometric proofs. So these are kind of new. This is a new way of doing things. It's not like solving an equation. It's a logic reasoning kind of thing. So be sure to watch my help videos. I work through several proofs in the lesson, and if you ever need help with proofs and how you do them, please contact me. It's a new way, and sometimes people just get it, and sometimes it can be pretty tricky. Just as a reminder, I have unit reference sheets. At the beginning in your Canvas course, you'll see Unit 1, and then we'll have a semester, whatever, and there will be a reference sheet that will take you to a place that has all these theorems that we're talking about, pictures, examples. So I encourage you could print out those reference sheets and use them. And then there's also guided notes. Guided notes are one of the things that if you click on this here, it will take you to this page where it basically walks through the lesson. It starts with the warm-up. Get here. Starts with the warm-up, and you can fill in the blank, and then it has like the examples and things. So it follows along right with the videos. You can print these out. You can just use them as a reference. If you know how to take digital notes, you can use them digitally, but I encourage you to choose how you're best going to use notes. That's a great resource. And finally, the keyword for this unit is triangle. So when you have finished this overview, enter the keyword in the submission box and submit that, and then you'll be ready to go. Again, please contact me. I'm happy to help. I have appointments daily that you can meet with me in my online classroom. You can send me screenshots and request videos. You can text, call. I'd love to help you in any way you can. So good luck this semester.